Hey folks, Argash here. Today I want to talk about vehicles in Battlefield. With 2042 on the horizon, now is a good time to learn Battlefield vehicle play using Battlefield 4 so that you're ready when it's released. If you're a Battlefield veteran that's never dabbled in vehicles before, it's also a great time for you to get started as well. The thing to remember is Battlefield is not just a first person FPS infantry game. It's 50-50 with infantry and vehicles both playing an important role. A lot of times I hear people complaining about vehicle whores, and it always makes me sad because, like I said, it's not just an infantry game. It's the vehicles are just as much a part of the game as infantry. So don't complain when a jet or a helicopter or a tank has killed you a bunch. Um, you need to figure out how to counter that play. You need to learn how the vehicles operate, you need to learn what their weaknesses are, and how to kill them, whether or not you want to play in a vehicle yourself or not. Remember, Battlefield's not a single player FPS infantry shooter, it is a team based battle simulation. That means working as a team to play the objective. Now, the first step to learning vehicles is the practice range. You want to start off by spending 10 to 20 minutes in each vehicle, just learning how to maneuver them. Attempt progressively more complex movement as you acclimate with each vehicle. Some vehicles you'll find are going to click more with you than others, and that's fine. Assuming you don't have any unlocks, you want to spend time learning the default weaponry for the vehicle that you think you might want to main with. That way you can have a better chance of leveling it up as you go. If you can find a friend that's already good with the vehicle that you want to play with, um, and assuming that that vehicle is not a solo seater like the jet, then that could be a good means to unlock the meta loadout. Just ride shotgun with them, repair them, and learn how they play the vehicle, ask them questions. And as they're killing stuff, and you as well, if it's a gunner seat that you're in, you'll get the experience to unlock those other weapons. If you try out all the vehicles and you decide that none of them are for you, that's fine. Now at least you have a basic understanding of how they all operate. Now you want to intensify your main vehicle training. Once you decide what vehicle that you want to main with, spend more time in the range, at least an hour. Make sure you have the movement and aiming down as well as you can in the practice range before you go into a live map. Next, figure out which maps feature the vehicle of choice so you know which maps to filter and vote for when it's time to pick a server. Set your class to engineer. Ugh, I can't stress this enough. You need to be an engineer and you need to have the mechanic perk. That helps increase your passive repair. And make sure your repair tool is equipped. I can't tell you the number of times I've accidentally changed my loadout for an infantry only map just to go back to a map with my tank, and I find out I'm either A, still assault, or B, I had changed my loadout to not have the repair tool equipped, and now I'm crying until I can respawn. For your RPG, generally you want to go with the SRA or the MBT law unless you have a specific reason to pick something else. Now, go enter a live match, start learning in that live setting. Get in your vehicle. Um, Here's a good trick, rebind one of your chat keys to enter. It doesn't matter which one, team, squad, or all. Doesn't matter which one. Click once on the vehicle you want and then hold down the enter key. This won't work until the countdown begins at the start of a new map. Just be aware of that. If someone else is getting the vehicle you want, then gunner repair for them. Remember, the enter key isn't a guarantee you're going to get the vehicle you want. The advantage if two players are doing it goes to the player with a lower ping. So you may not get the vehicle you want right away. But if it's a multi-seater, you can gun and repair for them, and you can watch how they move around the map. Think about how you would move if you were driving. Look to see where your escape route would be if you needed to repair. You want to keep doing that for about 10 to 20 hours of driving experience, just so that you can get that live experience in your vehicle of choice. Then, once you've done that, you'll have a passing decent feel for your vehicle of choice. Now it's time to master the maps. If you have hundreds of hours of infantry experience, that's great. However, you need to learn in detail how the maps are going to flow in your vehicle of choice. Go into an empty server, get in your vehicle, and learn the ins and outs of where you can go in your vehicle. For tanks, you want to know what buildings you can destroy or not destroy. Learn how to clear trees and lamps for your heli pilots and for you. You don't want infantry to play peekaboo around trees for you. Boats, learn the routes between the islands so you don't panic and accidentally beach yourself. Helicopters, learn how to fly in and out of buildings. Learn how to kill the lamps in the trees so you don't accidentally clip your tail on one of them to take you out. Jets, I'll be honest, I don't know anything about jets, but learn your strafing runs and where you can go to break locks, I guess. Now you want to do that for at least an hour in each map that features your vehicle of choice, and do it for both sides of the map. Learn where to go at the start of the round, learn where to go if you want to be aggressive or defensive, that sort of thing. Now, go back to live maps. Rack up the hours and experience and become the vehicle horde you were always meant to be. Now, let's say you've done all that and vehicles, they're still not for you. And even if you do decide that you want to play in a vehicle, that's cool too, but you still need to learn how to counter vehicles no matter what you're doing. Vehicle infantry has pretty much a way to counter every single vehicle in the game. So some take more coordination than others, but the options are there. In general, use igloos for air targets and MBT law for ground targets. If you've got a scout you can coordinate with, so much the better. Have them grab a PLD or a SOFLAM. It's going to make your lives a whole lot easier, and it increases the damage that those rockets do. The point is, vehicle horrors farming infantry aren't going to be hackers 99.999% of the time. The reality is the infantry's letting them be farmed. If you're in a vehicle and another vehicle is giving you trouble, that's on you to figure out your counters. Sometimes your counter is asking your infantry to target the vehicle in question. For example, in a tank, you have very little counter to a jet or attack heli, unless the pilot is just stupid and flies low and you get an easy shot. All right, folks, thanks for watching this video. If you like it, please click down below, and I'll see you next time.